Hey, me and Matt here, and I'm Killer Kyle. Welcome to another episode of Wheels of Fury. This is Killer Kyle, and welcome to another episode of Wheels of Fury, a double dose of Wheels of Fury once again, because first we will talk about Against All Odds.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, this weekend is gonna be a dual branded weekend of pay-per-views. Tomorrow night you've got Against All Odds, and then of course Sunday you got the highly anticipated NXT in your house, which will be a good show, I feel.
yeah. Oh, hell yeah. I mean, like I say, NXT doesn't disappoint.
Yeah.
Last year's NXT in your house didn't disappoint either. So,
Yeah.
Against All Odds, now, once again, trying to keep up with Impact, but not really doing a good job of it, but yeah, it is what it is. It's going to be a good show nonetheless.
Yeah.
I mean, the matches seem pretty good. So, we've got the Knockouts Women's Championship. We've got the champion, Diana, the first roster, Prazzo. That's a tongue twister.
Yeah, exactly.
Taking on Rosemary of Decay.
Yeah.
So,
I'm wondering if Rosemary is finally due for the championship again. Like, she did hold the championship a few years ago.
yeah.
It's been a while. And, you know, I think she's had other opportunities at the Impact or the Knockouts Championship, and you know she's got another opportunity at it, and it's like she's been so all over the place.
Yeah.
As far as like character work goes, her character work is still pretty good, but like as far as in-ring stuff is concerned,
Yeah.
is she really due for another championship, or due for a shot at the championship again?
Well,
Maybe, but like whether she's gonna win or not, I don't know.
I mean, you have, somebody like DK who just came back, minus Abyss,
Yeah,
and it's like, it's great to see. It's great to see that, nostalgia, whatever you want to call it. But I think that Rosemary being Knockouts champion would not be a bad idea, and I think that if anybody's gonna knock Deonna Purrazzo off her crown, it may as well be Rosemary.
true.
Because if not, then who else?
Yeah,
Because I mean, there's a lot of wrestlers that you can, I guess, pick, if you will. But at the same time, over the years, you've lost Allie,
yeah,
you've lost Angelina Love, you've lost, recently, Taya Valkyrie.
yeah.
So, who the fuck knows who you're gonna have as the champion? So, I mean, in my opinion, I'm gonna say Rosemary.
Become one of those things where it's like, is the Knockouts division as strong as it used to be? I mean, there's still a lot of very, very talented women in that division, but as far as people to challenge for the Knockouts Championship, let's not forget too, with the Knockouts Championship and the Knockouts Tag Titles, you've essentially kind of divided your women's roster, have women go for the knockout tag titles, women go for the knockouts title. So you kind of got to mix it up as far as aspects of like, okay, who's going to go for the knockouts tag titles? Who's going to go for the knockouts title itself? And in my opinion, Rosemary is due, I believe, for another run as knockouts champion.
Yeah.
With as hard of a streak as Deanna's been on right now, makes it interesting.
Yeah. And she's got Kimberly in her corner, but let's not forget, Rosemary has Black Taurus and Crazy Steve.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's gonna be an interesting match.
Up next, you've got the highly anticipated match and quite well put over match, you could say, featuring Satoshi, I believe that's his name, Kojima,
Yep.
against Joe Doran of Violent by Design. And it was said by the commentary team of D'Lo Brown and Matt Stryker
Yeah.
that, Joe and Kojima both had amazing matches in Japan, and so if this match at against all odds lives up to that expectation, it's going to be a good match.
Right.
And Kojima being the legend of Japan, if you will. And see, as far as I'm concerned, Kojima and Yuji Nagata are on the same category as far as, you could say Japanese legends or legends of Japanese wrestling that should be up there with the likes of Antonio Inoki, Jushin Thunder Liger, Giant Baba,
Kenta Kobashi,
Hiroshi
Tanahashi.
Well known, you could say legendary Japanese competitors,
Yeah.
but are very widely, vastly, and quite frankly, sadly, underrated.
Yes.
Because they're huge in Japan, but elsewhere, if you're able to watch like New Japan or All Japan or Pro Wrestling Noah, then you'll know of, Yuji Nagata and Kojima. But other than that, it's like, oh, it's a new face. Which is, I know, sad, but that's your reality.
I mean, I'm expecting this to be a very good match as well, and I think that you have a team like Violence Against Design, and you have Eric Young, who is probably one of the best leaders in wrestling stables nowadays.
Yeah.
And so it's pretty cool to see that Cody Deaner, rejuvenated, short hair, plays a very good heel as well.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you have Joe Doran. Now, Joe Doran is definitely one of the best big guys in Impact. I said last Impact review that he's like a Stan Hansen.
Oh, yeah.
So, this match is going to be a very good match as well. To pick a winner, Jesus Christ, I don't even know.
Yeah, exactly.
So, it's going to be... Like, I can't think.
It's going to be a barn burner. It'll be fun to watch. And whoever wins, cool. This is a match for the Impact Tag Titles. You've got Cody Deaner and Rhino.
Yes.
Taking on Crazy Steve and Black Taurus.
Yes. We talked about Rosemary earlier. So this is going to be a good match too. And I think Rhino, I forgot to mention him in the last one, obviously.
Right.
It's going to be cool to see these two guys in a tag team against Decay and, of course, I say legendary stable in Impact, but Obviously, it was Abyss and not Black Tours. Whatever. Anyways, yeah, this is gonna be awesome. And I'm gonna pull it off and say, yeah, Rosemary should win the Impact Championship, Impact Knockouts Women's Championship, whatever.
Right.
I think that these two should retain the titles.
Yeah, I mean, with Crazy Steve and Black Taurus fairly new in the tag team rankings
Yeah.
on Impact, and matches they've had, they've been very good. I don't really know if they're necessarily, you could say, up there as far as like ready for a tag title shot.
Right.
Or a run with the tag titles, if you will.
Yeah.
And literally with Cody and Rhino having won the tag titles like, what, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
They're going to keep the titles.
Yeah, I think so. It doesn't mean that Crazy Steve and Black Taurus are gonna become tag team champions at some point, sure.
Oh, at some point down the road,
It's
I'm sure they will,
just-
but just not right now.
No. Yeah, I can't see that happening. Then you have this match, you've got Rich Swann versus W Morrison.
Yeah,
So,
and earlier I had asked Matt what his opinion was of W Morrissey, or Big Cass as we all know him as. What his opinion of his run right now in Impact, you could say, as a heel, compared to his run as a heel in WWE. And it's like, his run right now as a heel in Impact is 10 times better than his run as a heel in WWE.
Yeah.
I mean, could it have been really good? Yes. I mean, you have Enzo and Cass split up, and, Cass be the one that attacked Enzo, but yet they swerved us, so you wouldn't necessarily have Cass like the top suspect, if you will, and then find out it actually was him.
yeah.
That could have gone very well, but with Cass being in the frame of mind he was in at that period of time,
Yeah.
his heart wasn't in it, you could say, is why it didn't work as well as it could have. Partly, plus the fact that he was an alcoholic and drank excessively. I'm sure that contributed to it as well. But since his unfortunate incident of the seizure at a live event, a rude awakening, if you will, he got help and he got his shit together, and now he's, okay, he's off and running as a heel. He's doing fairly well for himself right now.
Yeah.
And the sky's the limit for him as far as opportunities and what have you. And Impact. Will he end up in WWE again? Maybe. We'll have to see. But for right now, he's in Impact and doing this whole story of, like, there are good people and there are bad people. The bad people tend to lie to you and, make you think they're a good person, but they're really not. I'm a bad person, and I admit I'm a bad person. Whatever. And, kind of having Rich Swann stand up against W Morrissey, and it's like, okay, this is a really good, you can say, big man versus little man story, if you will. And it'll be interesting to see where it goes and how far it goes.
It's just kind of funny too, because here you have two guys who were in WWE at one point. You got Colin Cassidy, obviously, a guy that was teaming with Enzo in the Raw roster, if you will.
Right.
And then, of course, you have Rich Swann, who was on 205.
Yeah.
He was the Cruiserweight champion. Didn't last long, unfortunately not. And I don't know why. I really don't know why. And it really sucks, because this guy could have had a better career in that company. Now, that being said, he went over to Impact, and you know, it's funny because I look at AJ Styles as an Impact wrestler, but the fact of the matter is, he was in WWE as long as Rich Swann was on Impact.
Yeah.
Because I think they both made their debut in 2016, if I'm not mistaken.
Right, I believe so, yeah.
So, that's kind of crazy. And it's kind of, you know... Yeah, but I mean, I think that W Morrison's gonna win. There's really no fucking hope.
I think W Morrissey needs to carry on the momentum he's got right now into the future, and who knows, maybe he'll get an opportunity at a championship that he should have had in WWE, but things went down the way they went. Hell, I think Morrissey would be a great world champion.
And you can't teach that.
Hell yeah.
This main event match is for the Impact Championship. You've got Kenny Omega versus Moose. And I can talk shit about the TNA title that Moose had and whatever, but in all honesty, here's a guy who had a very stellar career in Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
Being managed by Veda Scott. And then I thought he was in NXT for a short period of time, but I guess not.
Yeah.
So then he goes to Impact after Ring of Honor.
Right.
And his career took off from there.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know, he had a lot of great matches, a lot of good championship runs. So, you know, here's a guy too, like Kenny Omega. Now Kenny, again, goes over to New Japan of Pro Wrestling. He has a stellar career there. Yes, he was in Deep South for a while. He was in other promotions for a while. Japan, Mexico, it don't matter.
Ring of Honor.
Ring of Honor, and then, you know, winning championships after championships, and it's like, yeah, he has a lot of championships right now.
Yes.
It just kind of is weird to me, just because the only place he has never been, as far as I'm concerned, unless you call it developmental of Deep South, a WWE thing, he's never been a WWE wrestler.
Right.
So, that being said, you know, I look at these two guys and I really think that Moose could benefit from becoming the new Impact Champion. Maybe.
Yeah, I guess. And, you know, talk about Omega not being a WWE guy, and yet I believe he chose not to go to WWE because he wanted to be authentic, he wanted to be, you know, stay true to himself. He didn't want WWE to, like, give him a completely different character, shitty character, if you will. He wanted to basically call his own shots, and I believe that's why he didn't end up going to WWE.
Yeah. That's true. And, you know, would he have fared well in WWE? Probably not. I mean, the way the business in that goes is that a lot of guys that left the business in that territory have gone on to pursue better careers.
Yeah.
And the wrestlers who go on to that territory have had to have their names changed at some point.
Yeah.
So for Kenny to go over, I don't know if they would have used the Kenny Omega name. They probably would have, I don't know. But, you know, you have guys like Shinsuke Nakamura and AJ Styles and and you did have Machine Gun Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows and CM Punk. The list can go on.
Right.
Of guys that went to the company and had their names still with them.
Yeah.
So who knows? I mean, Jackson Riker.
Yeah.
There was once Gunner in Impact. By the way, what do you think of his fucking haircut?
Oh, it quickly changed. I mean, 1 week he's having a shot at the tag titles with Elias against AJ and Omos. And then, now they're starting a rivalry with Elias and Riker, and hey, he's got a haircut.
Yeah.
It's like, holy shit, talk about fast.
Yeah, you got that right. I don't even know, but there's a guy too that was a Marine.
Yes.
Going on Impact, and he was a guy that I would think Vince McMahon would love.
Yeah.
He was all about the United States of America. Now,
Right.
apparently he's a face, and he's got the Old Glory on his shorts.
Right.
So I don't even know where they're gonna go with that. Somebody
Yeah.
said he's gonna have a PTSD character, which I don't know why.
Yeah.
But that's being sidetracked here. This match, I'm gonna pick Moose.
I'm gonna take Omega.
Yeah.
Like, he's showing that he is legitimately one of the best performers in wrestling today.
Yeah.
And, having the AEW World title, the AAA Mega Championship, the Unified Impact World title, It's not just talk, he can back it up, too.
That's true. Yeah, no, that's definitely true. You ain't cocky unless you can back it up, and I think Kenny can.
Yeah.
As much as people shit on him, he can back it up.
Oh, yeah.
You cannot deny that.
Like, you compare Kenny from, let's say, mid-2000s to now, Kenny now is leaps and bounds better
Yeah.
than the mid-2000s. I mean, I've seen old matches of Kenny in Ring of Honor from, 2009, and I mean, yeah, he was pretty good, but he didn't really seem to have a right fit of a character and, exude confidence, if you will.
Yeah.
Now, he's just a cocky prick you want to fucking hate here without a passion.
And the fact that he's got Don Callis on his corner is fucking awesome.
Oh, I know.
And that's another topic for another day. But anyways, this is going to be a good show.
Yeah.
And I hope that we can actually get it on the internet without it fucking up.
Hopefully.
So if we don't do a play-by-play with that, we'll do it in your house anyways.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So, for me and Matt and Killer Kyle, we bid you adieu.
Goodbye. And
And good night.
Bang!